What's up, you guys? Welcome back to an episode of the Wiley Show. Now, when y'all come on in the room, a lot of y'all get a lot of questions all over social media. Always they DM me saying, Wiley, I didn't get notified. Wiley, I didn't get notified. Wiley, I didn't get notified. So we have solved the problem. We now have a text list. You can text me directly and text Wiley, W-I-L-E-Y, in the text box, Wiley, to 888-534-4939, and you can be notified when I go live. The text number is working. You can get notified and everything like that whenever we go live. Greatly appreciate it. We was a little behind schedule today because we were trying to get some more information that we need for Shanquella Robinson. That case of Shanquella Robinson that we're going to be talking about today. So I want y'all to be on the lookout for that. So we definitely going to be talking about that as well. So shout out to y'all. Welcome to the show. Can y'all hear me? Does it sound good? When you come in the room, let me know if you can hear me. Want to make sure I got me some coffee to perk my energy up. Okay, I want to make sure you all can hear me. Let me get my device and make sure that you all can hear me because I don't know. I don't see the comments. Okay, it's good. Okay, I just want to make sure we're good. All right, so let's first get involved in Tia. We have her here. She went on an interview and she was talking about her divorce from Corey Hardrick. And she finally said, oh, it's like a graduation. When you graduated from a relationship, it's like high school. When you graduate, you pretty much moved on. And she had kids with the guy, with Corey, but she moved on. And I want to say this. Don't try to get all bougie, Tia. Let us know, why did you get divorced from Corey? What was the reason? Why are you divorcing Corey Hardrick? Why are you divorcing him? You filed the paperwork. The people want to know. Now, we recently did an interview with the neighbor, and we did the interview with the neighbor, and the neighbor pretty much was saying that Corey is weird, and that this sister right here on the screen that y'all see her picked Corey up from the streets on the street corner and cleaned him up and made him get married to her. So now we're looking at, if we fast forward years later, now she's divorcing Corey, but don't want to give us the reason. Let us know the reason of why you divorced her, because you don't divorce somebody because y'all both happy. That's a lie. And I think Tia's lying to the public because maybe she found a new man. Maybe she want a white man. You know, her sister got a white man. Maybe she want a white man. What's the reason? Was it because he broke, or you got tired of paying all the bills and you wanted him to contribute more? Was that part of the case? We want to know, what was the reason? What was the reason? Why are you divorcing Corey? And of course, we tried to reach out to Corey for a statement. Corey blocked us on all social media. He blocked our Twitter accounts. He blocked our YouTube. He blocked us over there on Facebook. So we can't ask Corey the question, but we definitely can ask, Tia the question. Now, she did hint it, thank you, that Corey was a narcissist. But I want to know, did he cheat on her? Or did he sleep with somebody outside of the relationship? I want to know those things. I want to be juicy just like everybody else. And then it could be this, and this is just me being honest. You could be with a person for years and you get tired of it. Like me personally, I've already let it be known that I want to get married to more than one woman because I might get tired of her. She might get old, she might get wrinkled, she might not be able to move around like she used to. So I should be able to have multiple wives and, to take in, because maybe I would get tired of the first wife, because you eventually get tired. You with the same person for 50 years. That do have to get boring when you with the same person for many years. So I know, me personally, I would definitely get multiple, have multiple wives, because I may get tired of about a couple of them. So I should be able to have 12 or 13 wives in my humble opinion. Now, when it comes to Tia, I would love, I heard that Tia is a good woman, and I heard that she know how to cook, but I just want to know why they got divorced. What is your reason? Why do y'all think her and Corey got divorced? What really happened with that relationship? Corey looked like a good guy. Somebody said he looks like a vampire. I don't see it. Corey is definitely working. He's definitely bringing home a check, but he wasn't bringing home a reliable check, because he wasn't in a lot of movies like that. Mm-mm. Okay. So we want to know, why did they get divorced? Now, I did reach out to the neighbor. The neighbor did not want to come on the show. I guess she was tired of getting us clicks and views and stuff like that. The neighbor said, I don't want to come on the show at all. So that's how that goes. But we did reach out to the neighbor. And the reason why we reached out to the neighbor, because we want to get more information about Corey. And I'm trying to reach out to one of Tia old neighbors. So if you're listening, if you got the info with Tia, former neighbor, hit me up, because we definitely would like to have about that way at Zane. I got a question, a super chat. Someone said, do all your wives got to stand up at the same time when you enter the room? You know the answer to that, Tasha? Yes. I said it yesterday, and I got dragged for saying it, that my wife or my girlfriend have to stand up when I walk in the room. I was talking to a chick. She did not stand up. And, you're supposed to stand up. When a king entered the room, when King George entered the room, you stand up and you say good morning, all right? You stand up. So when I get married, I'm a king, right? Right? So that particular person that I'm dating or I'm in a relationship with have to stand, her and her entire family. The kids got to stand up when I walk into the room. And if you proceed not to stand up, that's when I'm going to serve you with divorce papers, because you did not comply with the rules and regulations of the relationship. One of the rules are, when I walk in the room, stand up. I don't care where we at. If I'm at a grocery store, you supposed to walk behind me. I walk out in front and stuff like that. And those are just the rules. Okay. When I get in the room, you stand up. And I know when I say this, a lot of people is offended. Oh my gosh, I would never stand up, but that's what you're supposed to do. When you make the food, that was one particular question that was sent to my DM, saying, if the wife make the food, who eat first, the kids or the husband? And I said, that's a good question, and I got a good answer. I said the husband eat first. The kids are not working; they're not old enough to work, so of course you feed the man first, because he's the reason why it's food on the table. So you definitely serve your man first, okay? And then you definitely serve your man the best meals, okay? Your man shouldn't be eating hot dogs and oodles and noodles. He should be eating steak. He should be eating fried fish. He should be eating, you know what I'm saying, pot roast and with string beans and collard greens and all of that. Not some basic food that you buy at the store and you warm up a TV dinner. That's not what I eat. I eat king food. I want stuff fried, want stuff baked. I want home cooked meal. When I see you supposed to be dressed in your kitchen attire and with flour and all type of stuff, you should be in there sweating and eating and cooking in the kitchen. And I don't want to eat. I don't want to eat no restaurant food. I don't want no McDonald's. Those are just only on emergencies, right? Only on emergencies when you don't feel well. Then we could just go to a fast food joint. But if you're well enough, you can definitely cook me a hot cooked meal. I just got off work. I worked 8 hours, so I'm expecting a hot cooked meal. I'm expecting a hot cooked meal. And if you can't comply with that, then don't date me. I'm going to say it again. If you can't comply with cooking me a hot meal, don't date me. Don't waste my time. And I'm letting it be known now, so anybody that want to potentially date me, I gotta lay down the rules, because a lot of women out here, and I don't know if Tia, I don't know, can't speak for her, but you gotta cook a hot meal. Hot meal. I'm not eating no cold meal unless it's ice cream. And I'm saying it in the chat, and I see a lot of people definitely have a whole lot of stuff to say in this chat because they're saying it, and mostly 99% of them probably is single. They don't have a man to cook for. So they're saying right now, you're going to eat cold food. Those typically are single women. Who I'm speaking to the high value women, the high value women that know how to throw down in the kitchen, the high value women that know how to take care of the children, the high value women that know how to keep the house clean, the high value women that know how to make sure the bills are being paid. Okay. I bring home the money, you pay the bills. And I'm not speaking about people that are in a relationship that don't have that type of caliber where they don't have rules and regulations. I don't want to be with a wife that don't understand rules and regulations. So right now I'm dating and everything is going great. And we having a great conversation. The vibes is right. And I got a couple of rules, and the rules definitely, and she's doing it right. And so one of the tests was when a man walk in the room, you supposed to stand. And that have always been part of my doctrine that when a man step in a room, you supposed to stand. And that's have always been our rule. But okay, I said what I said. Okay. And here going on. A lot of women, they're gonna raise their, oh, but you don't make six figures. I'm close. I will be making six figures. I will be big. But just because I don't make six figures, I can't require my woman to be submissive. Just because I don't make six figures. So what you're saying is you would do all of this if I made six figures. That doesn't make any sense. As long as I'm bringing home a steady paycheck, that should matter. Okay. Now I'm not making six figures yet. I'm not making it yet, but I'm bringing home a steady paycheck. That's what I'm bringing home. So, and this is not for the viewer. This is for me. This is what I require. And see, a lot of times, people are talking, they're speaking about of their own, what they're doing in their household. I'm speaking about what I require in my household. And that's what it is right there. And so when I have these conversations, that's flippy. And then when I talk to a lot of women, some of them are very masculine. They even sound masculine. I ain't doing this. I ain't doing that. I'm a lady. Don't even sound like a lady. Ladies don't supposed to sound like that. Okay? You're supposed to be submissive towards your man. Supposed to. I wasted some of my coffee. See, right in there, it burned my tongue a little bit. Hold on. Okay. I don't stand when my husband enters the rooms. I've been married 11 years, Wiley. That's crazy, Wiley. He would tell me to sit down. Oh, man. Okay. Okay. They said, but man don't make no money. Okay. All right. Let's move on. Okay. Now, this gentleman, y'all have been telling me to talk about this man forever. Let me make sure I get his name. Darrell Brooks. Did I say it right? Darrell Brooks received 6 consecutive life sentences plus more than 700 additional years in prison because he did an attack. He was driving his SUV in a crowd in Wisconsin. They had a Christmas parade. Brooks, 40, was found guilty by a jury last month on all 76 counts stemming from the 2021 Christmas parade attack, including 6 counts of first-degree intentional homicide with the use of a deadly weapon. On Wednesday, following 2 days of impassionate statements from victims and family members, Judge Jennifer imposed the mandated sentence, ordering Brooks to serve a license without the possibility of extended supervision of each 6 counts of first-degree intentional homicide with the use of with a dangerous weapon. The sentence will run consecutively, the judge said. First-degree intentional homicide imposed sentence in Wednesday for Brooks, totaling hundreds of years additional for the remainder of 70 counts, who was found guilty on last month. She sentenced Brooks to 17.5 of each 61 counts of first-degree reckless and dangerous safety with the use of a dangerous weapon. This is from the judge. The judge said, you have absolutely no remorse for anything that you do. You have no empathy for anyone. Frankly, Mr. Brooks, no one is safe from you, she continued. This is really sad, you know what I'm saying, that he drove his car and he killed all those people. But definitely, I definitely agree that, you know, Brooks deserved those many years. I would have gave it pretty much. I don't know if they have the death penalty in Wisconsin, but they definitely need to bring that back because this particular person should be on the getting the chair for what he did. Innocent lives were lost because he decided to take them out. Innocent lives are just lost because of the attitude, because of what he did. And those type of people, for the crimes that he committed, I definitely think he deserved the death penalty. I don't know if Wisconsin have the death penalty. Let me see if Wisconsin got the death penalty. Let me see. Does Wisconsin have the death penalty? Okay. Doesn't have the death penalty. Nope. That is crazy. Okay. They said on July 10, 1853, the Death Penalty Repeal Act was signed into law, making Wisconsin the first state to permanently abolish the death penalty for all crimes. Okay. Michigan abolished the death penalty for all crimes except treason. And that happened in Wisconsin. So definitely great. It's just he should have definitely gotten the chair. It's really not good, and it's crazy. Oh wow, it's just really, really sad. I hope that people understand that you just can't go around killing people. You deserve to get charged and get criminal in the institution. And I feel like if you take somebody's life, I'm gonna say it again, you should get the death penalty. This is why it's so important to elect people in your state houses and state senate to implement that, because some crimes you don't deserve to be alive, because even though he got a life sentence, he's still going to be breathing. His family still can visit him. They can still send him letters. They can send all of this stuff. Okay. And it's really sad. This sentence was not unconstitutional. He got what he deserved. And if he was in Texas, he would have gotten the death penalty. That's what it would happen. But unfortunately, it happened in Wisconsin, and Wisconsin is pretty much not that good when it comes to criminalizing people. They should have the death penalty. That should be definitely the law. So those politicians definitely need to implement that, and definitely need to get that back into the law. Really sad. So I'm glad y'all send it to me, because I'm like, this is really, 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 really sad. Give me a second. They said they want to hear him speak. Let me go to YouTube. Let me see. I'll tell y'all want to hear him speak. Here we go.
53, Mr. Brooks is back in this courtroom. Mr. Brooks, the only way I will honor that request is if you specifically waive your right to do so. Without that, that's not a convenience for you over there. You go over there when you frankly demand removal under Illinois versus Allen.
I didn't demand anything.
No, your conduct did. So
My
you can
conduct
sit.
didn't demand anything either.
Right, Mr. Brooks, please sit
changing,
down.
You keep changing.
And I'm going to continue
jurisdiction.
with my sentencing remarks.
You keep changing the jurisdiction. Jurisdiction is a subject matter jurisdiction that has yet to be proven on the record. In
Mr.
that
Brooks?
court and in this one.
Please sit down.
I would like to go back to the other court.
It's not a courtesy to you. If you'd like to specifically waive your right to be physically present, then I will entertain that. Otherwise, you need to sit down.
I never waived the right to not be present.
That's because you forfeited your right to be present by conduct. You're now back in this courtroom.
Your Honor, I wrote 3. I did what you asked me to do.
You never once pledged to me, sir, that you would not interrupt. And you're demonstrating by being here that you continue to interrupt.
Man, I ain't trying to hear all that, because at the end of the day, I did what you asked me to do. You told the bailiff to tell me.
Mr. Brooks, this is not a debate.
You told the bailiff to tell me that I had to write. It's not a debate.
You asked to come over here, and I honored that.
Well, I exercised my right 3 times. I shouldn't have had to do it 3 times.
None of those opportunities that you wrote to me said, I pledge to not interrupt.
I never had to do that before. You've never required that before.
That is actually not true, sir.
You've never required that before. Every single time that I've been brought over there, after some time, sometimes very short, sometimes an extended
Brooks,
period of time.
You are just simply trying to delay the
I'm-
inevitable. Please sit
I
down.
don't care about the inevitable. It was
I need
already
to
written
get
from day
through
one
this
what was going to
hearing.
happen. That it doesn't make me lose any sleep about that. I know I'm okay. I'm okay with everything.
Then please
I just
sit
want to
down.
I just want to be treated fairly, which I have
Please.
not been.
Please sit down.
And then Your Honor, and then you
Mr.
always make it seem
This is
like
not a
you always
debate.
make it seem like it's some type of aim, and it's not.
Please sit down.
We're talking about constitutional rights. You just told me, or you told the bailiff to tell me that I had to exercise a right that I should already have. I did that. Not once, not twice, 3 times. And it still wasn't honored. And then I raised this sign.
Mr.
I'm
Brooks,
waving this for like 20 minutes,
You're-
saying I would want to come back. I'm doing this.
You're here now.
Can I come back? Can I come back? Can I
So
come
sit
back?
down.
It wasn't honored. And then I
So
said,
can
okay,
finish.
I'll write this and I'll see if Your Honor can see it on the screen. The objection sign saying,
Mr.
I've
Brooks,
exercised my right
if
to
you
be present.
stop for a
May I have
minute,
the order of the court?
I'll explain it, but you have to stop so
I'm
I
not
can
putting
explain it.
Your Honor, I did what you asked me to do.
Actually not.
Yes.
Let me explain
And
if you would like.
If I didn't, Your Honor, if I did not do what you asked me to do, then why was I allowed to come back if I did not do what you asked me
Because I'm frankly going to a very distinct portion of this hearing where I am going to impose sentence.
Okay, that doesn't
and
answer
that
the question, though, Your Honor.
matters.
That doesn't answer the question.
Please sit down and I will explain and
Your Honor,
remain quiet
with all
without
due-
interrupting me.
With all due respect.
That doesn't mean you're respecting me, so please sit down.
With all due respect, you told the bailiff when I first said, because every time that I've been brought over there in the past,
Mr. Brooks,
you always stated
I don't need a history
you always
lesson of
stated
what I've done.
that when I exercise my right to be present,
Untrue.
you
Untrue.
always said,
Untrue.
we have the record. We have the record. We can dig into the record.
Mr. Brooks,
I know what the requirement was of me going over there. You've always stated on the record that when I exercise my right to be present, you will bring me back if I will follow the rules of decorum. That's your exact words, which you said every time.
which you're
I've never-
demonstrating
I've
right
never
now that
had-
you have absolutely
Your
no
Honor,
ability to do.
With all due respect, I've never had to go through any type of certain words that needed to be said or stressed or anything like that before. I've always done it the way that you've asked me to do it. No different than today when I told the bailiff I would like to be present. You told the bailiff if he wants to be present, he has to put it in writing.
And pledge to me that he will not interrupt me
I put it in writing.
without a pledge.
So why am I here?
Because I'm going to move on to another phase of this hearing, and I thought it important that you be here in person.
So I was here.
But you didn't reclaim your right to be back here.
Then why am I here
am
then, Your Honor?
allowing it to
Okay,
happen.
and I respect that you're allowing it, but still, it doesn't answer the question, though, Your Honor. It does not answer the question.
Mr. Brooks,
Your Honor, as a
Mr.
public
Brooks.
servant, I have the right to ask questions
Sir.
of Your Honor.
I'm going to ask you one more time, and if you refuse to sit down, then you are in direct disobedience of a court order. Sit down and be quiet so I can make the appropriate record.
Can you tell me what the
All
court
right,
order
he's
is?
not going to obey. He's now
I
forfeited his
didn't say
right
I
to be
wasn't going to
present.
obey.
He will go into the
I
other
didn't say I
courtroom.
wasn't going to obey.
We'll be
I
in
just
recess
asked what is the
until he's
order.
there.
I just
Oh wow! And he represented himself, and he lost. Really something. I think the judge was very patient. I think you have to be very patient with this, but it won't turn into him trying to file an appeal for the trial, for him not being fair. So she was very patient with him because she know that if this go up to a higher court, they're going to be looking to make sure that the proceeding of that trial was in his what it was constitutionally done. It was correct. It was right. So that's why she was taking her time with him and being patient with him, because at the end of the day, he still pretty much he represented himself, and he could just take this and try to file an appeal, which he will do. And so the higher court will look at how did the judge conduct herself, how did it go great with that, and we're going to see how this is going to play out, in the future. But thank y'all so much. We're gonna move on with the other topics. I just wanted to play that. Let's move on. Okay. But yeah, I'm glad he won't be seeing the light of day anytime soon. Another nutcase. Um, y'all know Hakeem. Uh, y'all know the guy from Empire, Bryshere Gray. He was arrested yet again. Former Empire star Bryshere Gray has been cuffed once again. I'm reading this directly off TMZ. This time for allegedly violating his parole after pleading guilty last year to aggravated assault. According to legal documents obtained by TMZ, cops in Arizona were called by a woman last week claiming the two were seeing each other, but telling the officer his behavior was escalating when she was concerned for her safety. The doc said the woman claimed Gray threw a box of food at her and pulled her hair. She also told cops about other instances where he shot at her. Officers said Gray had multiple run-ins with law enforcement, including a domestic-related disturbance called last month. Gray allegedly failed to inform his probation officer about these incidents, which is why he was hit with a probation violation. A judge signed a warrant and he was arrested. As reported, Gray pleaded guilty in 2021 to felony aggravated assault following a standoff with the SWAT team at his home the year before. As part of the deal, Gray was sentenced to 10 days in county jail and was placed on a 3-year probation. All right. So he violated his probation, and that is why he has been arrested. Now, clearly he has mental illness. All right. And I'm going to be really, really clear with it. Clearly he's battling with some mental problems. That's something that he needs to get fixed on his own, but that does not excuse the fact you putting your hands on a woman. And then women need to stop being so desperate, want to talk to him because he's attractive and look at his history. Obviously something is wrong. If he's been accused of beating another woman, had to serve time and pleaded guilty, why are you so quick to jump on his peen to jump? And that's what I call desperate women. Don't be desperate and just be so quick to deal with a woman beater. Because if he beat one woman, he's going to beat you. It's like he's not going to stop until he get the help that he need, until he get delivered, and until he learn his lesson. But until now, I don't think nobody should be talking to him and trying to get a relationship because clearly he's mentally insane. And he definitely needs to get some help. Now, a lot of people say it's Hollywood, is this and this. No, I blame himself for not getting help for his mental illness. He definitely have a mental illness and he definitely needs to get help, in my humble opinion. Now, many people say, well, I think he's in character. Really, really sad because he's messed up his Hollywood career because nobody want to touch him. I'm hearing that he's battling financially because financially he can't really book any gigs. And so typically a person, you got to understand, when you're so known in Hollywood and you pretty much not getting a return on phone calls for shows or for movies, you typically start to lose your mind. When you get in all this clout, getting all this applause, and the phone stop ringing, you take that anger and frustration out on the women. But that shouldn't be. Maybe Bryshere, you go to college, get your degree, get your regular 9-to-5. If Hollywood is not calling for you, get your regular 9-to-5 because it is what it is. And so I remember when he did his interrogation video, he was definitely not making any sense in his interrogation video, talking about people was controlling him, et cetera, et cetera. Either he's on drugs, crystal meth, on some type of strong substance, or B, he's going through mentally. He could be bipolar. Now, I'm speaking as a person that have bipolar, but I'm not a psychiatrist, so I can't, diagnose him. But I definitely believe he got some type of bipolar, and he definitely need help. And so I think that women need to stop being so desperate to jump on his peen because he's attractive. You need to realize that he is definitely not good when it comes to treating women. It's really, really sad. So, because the other situation, the first situation he was in, he was at a standoff with SWAT. SWAT was literally have their guns drawn because he refused to come out of the house. So you got to be very, very careful with that. And I can also believe that he's probably suffering from some type of manic depression because, again, he was known in Hollywood. He was making good money on Empire. And once that show canceled, that means the check stopped. People need to realize once you go on the show and it's popping, you getting them good checks, and that money stopped. Once the show stopped, you get desperate. Something's going on with your mind. And what he should have been doing is putting more interest in his acting and not putting his hands on women, because what studio want to touch him now? What manager or anybody that's want to, or agent who want to work with somebody that abuse women? And I don't think he should make it in Hollywood because he put his hands on women. I think that we as a community need to cancel him and say, until you get help, we're not going to support you. So I don't want to see him in the next film. And if he is, I'm not going to go and support it, because I can't support men that put their hands on women. I think that's very, I think you're the lowest of the low. You are definitely low class if you ever put your hand on a woman. If it's not in the case of self-defense, then it's a problem. But if you're just putting your hands on a woman because you want to, and that's what you're doing, you are low class. And I humbly believe that. And when I say that, a lot of people get upset and say, well, what do you mean low class? Yes, when you put your hands on a woman, you're the lowest of the low. And I definitely believe, like, if you get caught putting your hands on a woman, you need to serve at least a life sentence in prison, because you don't know the scars that it causes. It don't just cause physical scars, but it also causes those emotional scars. And some women never heal from those scars. So if you out here doing that, you definitely need help. You're definitely a part of low class. And it just doesn't make any sense. And so hopefully Mr. Gray can definitely get some help. And hopefully he realized that, you know, your life could just end up in just in a prison cell. Hopefully he learns that. Hopefully his time away in prison or jail, that he learned that you can't be putting your hands on it. Now, I know a lot of people would say to me, they say, oh, well, I thought you liked toxic relationship. I do. I like it. I like watching. I think it's entertaining. But if you get caught putting your hands on a woman, you need to go to jail. I don't think it's a problem with people watching and saying they're entertained by a toxic relationship. It's one thing to be toxic, but it's another thing to put your hands on a woman and to be abusive. That's something wrong with that. And you definitely should go to jail. Now, I don't put my hands on women in a violent way, because that's just how I feel. I don't do that. I'm a 6'2", almost 300 pounds. What are like using a woman as a punching bag? I can seriously hurt a woman. So why would I do something like that? That's crazy. And a lot of people need to speak out, but a lot of people are not going to speak out because, number one, he's attractive. Number two, you got a sector of people in the Black community feel like they're not going to talk about a person if you Black, they're not going to talk about it. Because if you Black and you a celebrity, you got a sector of the Black community like, maybe she did something. I don't believe it. He probably tried to buy ABC. This is all a plot to take down the Black man. You get a sector of people that will defend it. And it would be women that will lead the charge and will say stuff like that. But clearly you can see this man is abusive. Clearly he needs to be counseled. Clearly he needs the help. And clearly, hopefully he takes and receives the help. And hopefully Taraji and all of his other castmates, reach out to him and say, bro, get some help, because he definitely need it. And if he ain't careful, he's going to wind up in prison for the rest of his life. Because if you keep beating on women, you're going to beat on one and they can't take it. She's going to pass away. And you're going to wind up serving a life sentence in prison. So y'all keep up to date. This young man that y'all see on the screen, that might be the ending for his life out in the outside world. He might just be living the rest of his life in prison. And so it is. And I know they lost their opportunity because of Jussie Smollett lied. And that was a good chat, because they were making $80,000 to $90,000 an episode. Let me see. Let me see how much they made. How much actors made on Empire show. Let's see. Well, I want y'all to see this. Okay, give me a second. Let me zoom in on this. Okay, I want to share something. Okay. All right, so I typed in how much actors made on Empire's show. So you see right then and there, it says, it's it said they make $175,000 per episode, as high as $175,000 per episode. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. And some making $175,000 per episode. So if you're making money like that, ain't nowhere in the world that you're gonna continue. You want to see that income. Okay. So as you can see, that he no longer making an income anymore, and that can definitely bring a lot of people back in debt. And so I heard that one cast member made $80,000 to $90,000 an episode. And so we would definitely see how that is. And so if you're missing that, you could definitely be missing that. So that's what I found on the internet. We shall see how this is going to play out in the future. Okay. But do y'all think he needs to go to jail? Do y'all think he needs to go to jail? Let me know in the comments. Do y'all think he needs to be locked up? Let me know. If y'all think he needs to be locked up, press 1 if y'all think he needs to be locked up. Press 1 if y'all think he needs to be locked up. Press 1 if y'all think he needs to be locked up. Press 2, he needs to be free. Press 2, you think he needs to be free. Press 1, y'all think he needs to be locked up. Press 2, you believe he needs to be free. Press 1, needs to be locked up. Press 2, he needs to be free. Press 1, he needs to be locked up. Press 2, he needs to be free. Press 1, he needs to be locked up. Press 2, he needs to be free. Okay. That's what they said. Okay. I think we have we definitely gonna be talking about it. That was great. Give me a second, you guys. I see y'all saying y'all pressing 1. Thank y'all so very much. Now, Nicki Minaj lost a couple of deals that now they say that she lost. It was one company that definitely had to file bankruptcy. I think when you can bet and all that stuff, I think they ran out of business. So she lost that deal. Now we're hearing that the Amazon deal have failed through. She pretty much lost Queen Radio. The deal fell through with that. You know, Nicki Minaj have been taking a couple of L's lately. I don't know what's going on, because I wonder, I said, why is she not really doing shows on Amazon? And I heard that she pretty much lost that deal. The AMP, whatever they call that over there with Netflix. And so now you got all of this stuff that's going on with her, and it's definitely been flopping lately. And so hopefully, you know, Nicki Minaj can definitely get it together. But me personally, I've said this and I'm gonna say it again. She should have kept Queen Radio on she should have kept Queen Radio on Apple Music, because that whole setup was so much better. It was professional. The sound was clear. You didn't have to use your phone. When you downgrade to use your phone, you might as well could have just did that radio show on Stationhead. Could have definitely used that radio show on Stationhead and have that whole entire episode on Stationhead. You didn't even have to move to Amazon. And I think that a lot of her people was kind of mad. It was like, listen, why would you move the show on Amazon? I personally don't understand why would she do something like that. Why would you move something on Amazon? So, and so we'll definitely see how this is going to play out with it. I definitely believe that Nicki definitely need to regroup and come back strong. She need an album. And for her, I think that she definitely should have an album, but it's definitely haven't been going right when it came to her deals. And so we're going to see how this is going to play out. Another company that she was with, I believe they filed bankruptcy or they're going out of business. And they're pretty much saying that, you know, if you send money to us, we're going to refund your money. So she definitely have been going through a mess with MaxiBet. Did I say MAXIM MaxiBet? Definitely a flop. And it's just really, really sad. And I've told her, I said, listen, stay with Apple. Did not say that. Many people thought that I was jealous. I'm a hater. And I've said that. I said, stay with Apple, because Apple was so good to her. It was a good show. That's when it was popping. But when she downgraded, moved Amazon to a brand new app, I knew a lot of people wasn't going to go on the app like that because it's unknown. But everybody knew what Apple was, Apple Music, because Apple Music got a lot of money behind it. Apple Music, um, Apple Music is really, really great with it, and they got a lot of money in the marketing behind it. When you go on Amazon, they really ain't marketing like that. And people, don't, and when I try to listen, you can't even share to really listen to it. It goes in and out. It glitches. It glitches a lot. I heard people say, "Oh, it froze," and then you have to log out, log back in, log out, log back in, log out, log back in, log out, log back in. That's pretty much what you have to do over and over again. So who wanted to keep going through that? Who wanted to keep doing that? That does not make any sense. I'm like, why do you have to keep going back and forth with this app? It just didn't make any sense. And so she should have just stayed on the app that was working loud and crystal clear. And that was Apple Music. Was no tech issues with Apple. But when she moved to that raggedy app over there, it's definitely great. And so we're gonna see a lot of companies are laying off people. A lot of companies are even Facebook announced they're gonna lay off people. Amazon announced they're gonna lay off people. And the reason is because it's corporate greed. And so anytime that the corporate greed from the top gets so greedy, what do? They cut. They cut. And a lot of these companies are filing bankruptcy. They even saying Twitter might file bankruptcy soon because things ain't going right with Twitter. So you got to be very careful with these companies. And that's why it's so good to have multiple streams of income. That's why I keep my full-time job and I do YouTube full-time. I get 2 streams of income because you just never know. You know what I'm saying? Because when it comes to with YouTube, that Google can announce, hey, we closing down. Then what happened? All the people that's on Google on YouTube pretty much got to find another income. And so you got to be very, 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 very careful when it comes to these situations. And I'm just being humble with it. You got to be very careful because if you don't, you're going to get yourself in a lot of issues. And so that's what is definitely great. And then these people, they're definitely laying off people closer to the holidays. It's Christmas, silent night, holy night. All of Christmas is coming up, and people are getting laid off. This is the wrong time to get laid off. Now, it would have been okay if you laid off people and then giving them the extra $300 for unemployment, but they took that away. So you got to be very, very careful, man. Very, 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 very careful. All right. So that's the thing about Nicki Minaj that we're talking about. Okay. All right. Now, before we get to Shanquella Robinson, before we get to that story, we need some more likes, you guys. Click that like button. When y'all come on the room, click that like button because we're going to touch a very touchy subject here. Really sad subject. So when you come on in the room, click that like button. When you come in the room, click that like button. When you in the room, click the like button. I need to see 200 likes. Click the like button. All right. When you come in the room, click the like button. Last thumbs up. Okay. Come on. Click the like button. There you go. How many more likes we need? Click that like button. Definitely need it. Okay. Let's go to Blueface while we wait on the likes. Get that like button up. Y'all let me know y'all ready. We wait on y'all to like. Click the like button. When you come on the room, just click it, click it, click it, click it, click it. All right. Let's talk about Blueface. Blueface definitely is going to be out on bail, on bond for $50,000. So he's definitely going to be out on bond. We reached out to the victim of Blueface. Well, I'm going to say allegedly victim because we don't know. And so we reached out to them via Instagram, and they were supposed to, they said they was due the show, but then we reached out, they wouldn't respond, and then they changed their mind and said they will not come on the show. So, but we reached out because we have found their Instagram page, and that's really great. And now people are reporting to me that they're already, he's out right now. He's out on bail right now. Let me see if we can find that. Do we have that on Instagram? Y'all saying that he's out? Give me a second. Let me refresh. Y'all saying he's out? Let me see. Okay, I don't see it on any of the blogs. I don't see any of the blogs. Did he say something? Did he say something on his Facebook? Okay. I thought he said something on his Facebook. I'm still looking for it. So they saying that he's out. Because they did say it was $50,000. Yeah, because I know Krishan, she thought she's gonna miss him. And he kept saying to her in the show that she a criminal. Now he's a criminal now. Wow. Oh wow, because he kept saying, you a criminal. And now is it safe to say that he's a criminal now? Is it safe to say he's a criminal? Because he kept saying, you a criminal. That's so you got to be very careful. All right. Okay, let's go ahead on. I'm going to talk about this last story that we was all on our timeline, and people were talking about it all over social media. We're talking about this case that has been going all over social media that people were saying her name was Shanquella Robinson. Shout out to B. Scott. Now the FBI is looking into Shanquella Robinson's death in Mexico, asks for any related photos or videos. Shanquella Robinson family is continuing to search for answers following the discovery of her death while on a trip with a group of her friends in Mexico. Via WBTV said the parents of the 25-year-old Shanquella Robinson was initially told by others on the trip that she had gotten sick with alcohol poisoning. After Robinson died, the family said they were told by Mexican authorities that alcohol poisoning was determined as the cause of death. Despite the alleged reports, her death certificate from Mexico suggested a different story, saying that Robinson died due to a severe spinal cord injury. In the search for answers, Robinson's parents reported their daughter's death to the Federal Bureau of Investigation FBI's Charlotte office. According to her family, a recent video making rounds on the internet and social media alleging show Robinson being beat inside a hotel room. WBTV is not able to verify at the time when or where that video in question was recorded. The mystery surrounding her death has gained national attention. There have been no confirmation by authorities if any fatal injuries occurred during the alleged fight. A local family said a newly surfaced video showed their daughter being beaten in a hotel room in Mexico. WBTV reached out to FBI for comment about the video. In a statement back to WBTV, the FBI said it's aware of the clip and encouraged anybody with related photos or video to contact the FBI. Everybody who went on the trip should be held as suspects, brought in for questioning. So that has been, going around. And of course, I've been watching the video and I've been going on Twitter. And let me see if I can find that tweet, because one of her Shaquilla's friend has been accused of raping a person. He have a couple of allegations of rape against him. And I'm going to see, did I share it? Okay. So give me a second. Nazar Wiggins. Okay, let me screen share this. Give me a second. Or is it Nazaire? I'm going to say Nazaire because it's Nazeer. I think this is one of the friends that went on the trip with her. He's been accused of rape by somebody on Twitter. So give me a second. Let me take down this photo so you all can see. Okay, I think his name is Nazir Wiggins. And I think that's one of the friends that went on the trip. Now she's saying Nazir Wiggins was my rapist in high school and nobody believed me. Years later, he's wanted for participating in the murder of a black woman. Believe us the first time. Justice for Shanquella, #Shanquella Robinson. Okay, so let me scroll down. So that was that. Let me scroll down. Somebody else responded and said, "You're not the only one." Another girl on Facebook said he had raped her. She was from Charlotte, North Carolina, and they threatened to shoot her house up because she was telling her side, "Be careful and stay safe. I believe you." So that has been going around on Twitter. You got a lot of retweets, and a lot of stuff have been going around. I've been reading. I've been reading a lot of stuff all over social media. Okay, or what's going on? And if you got anything that I should be reading or seeing, you can definitely share it. Another friend said he came the next day and he seen that his friend was unresponsive, and the mother, Shaquilla's mother, said that everybody's story was different. Nobody had the same story when they were talking about the whole alcohol poisoning. So when the autopsy report came out, it was saying on the autopsy report, the one that I was able to screen grab, were saying that she was found unconscious on her living room floor. And they said that found unconscious on her living room floor. And it said something about spinal cord injury, but it's been kind of blurry. So I think it says severe spinal cord injury. So that's what was going on the docket. And this is really, really sad, you guys, because she went on vacation. Shanquella Robinson, let me put her picture so you can see who she is. She went on vacation with a bunch of people that she thought was her friend, and she lost her life. She came there Friday. That Saturday, she was gone. She was dead. And so we don't know. I can't say that her friends, murdered her. But what I will say is, y'all was around her. Something happened. They do need to be questioned. So I'm not going to say, because I don't have enough evidence in front of me to say that her friends murdered her. But it is enough evidence for an investigation to start. And I'm glad that the Federal Bureau Investigation is investigating this, because something happened to her. And I don't believe Mexico wanted anything to do with this, because a lot of people in Mexico is racist. So I don't trust them to get to the bottom of this, because they don't want this to be that she was murdered, because that would make that would hurt their tourism that a lot of people travel to Mexico, to Cabo, and to parts of Mexico, and they don't want to make their country look bad. So they just say whatever. So we definitely see, but I did see the video of them fighting. It's a video posted on YouTube. She was butt naked. Her friends was there. One woman was beating her up, and another guy was watching the video and recording. Now, I don't know the timeline of that video. I don't know if that happened on Friday or early Saturday. I don't know. I really don't know. I can't confirm or deny that, but it is a video going around of this sister being attacked, and nobody intervened. I think that's very, very sad. That's why you can't call everybody your friend, because everybody is not your friend. You got to be very careful on calling people your friend. And it's just really, really sad. If y'all have any information on this, I highly suggest you hit my StreamYard. And if you want to say anything about this, especially the ladies that do travel, you can definitely hit the link and definitely can give your side of it. It's just really, really sad, man. Really, 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 really sad. And let me see if I can find, because they have the pictures of the friends, everything. They got, let me see. All right, so we got the link there. Okay. Here we go. All right, you can just hit the link. Okay. So I'm gonna scroll down here. This on the NC Beat. Give me a second. NC Beat. Let me see. Make sure y'all hit the link. Hit the link. Hit the link. You don't have to show your face. Hit the link. Hit the link. Hit the link. All right. This is one of the guys right here that was there, according to the NC Beat. Okay. That's one of the guys. So let's scroll down. I'm going to scroll down here. That's another guy that was there. 26 of Malik. And this guy is Kalia. And this is Shanquella's best friend, is what they're saying. Best friend of more than 5 years. It's another friend. This is another friend of hers. So they're saying these are all the people that was in the room. Another friend and another friend. They're saying this is the one that was actually beating up Shanquella. They said this is the one that was beating up Shanquella. So that is what we have. And so now we're gonna allow people on, and we're gonna let y'all on and say what y'all gotta say. So give me a second. Let's get right into it. All right. Let's go. Hello, welcome to the Wiley Show. Can you hear me? Say hello. Hello. Can you hear me? All right, let's go to another person. You got to say hello.
Hello.
Judy, hello.
How are you doing, Wiley?
Doing good.
This is your favorite retired English teacher.
Okay.
And I have several things that I wanted to comment on. First of all, the young lady's death was a tragedy. There was a lot of people involved in that. I don't know if they had already set it up before they left to go to Mexico, but it sounds like to me that they had already planned on ending her life for whatever reason, whether it be jealousy, envy. She was a very attractive and beautiful girl, but the way that woman beat her was just was heart-wrenching to me. And to hear those fellow whoever that was in the background saying, "Fight back, Shanquella, fight back." And here this naked woman is crying, and she's saying she doesn't want to fight back. I mean, how can you fight somebody and basically kill them, and they don't put up any resistance towards you? So, you know, all we can do is pray for the youth of our world, because it seems like we've lost a lot of our youth. We've stopped taking them to church. We don't want them to have any specific faith or religion. Grandma and grandpa and my mother and father were all responsible for making me have the strong Christian faith that I have. And even as when I taught, I saw that a lot of the children that I taught didn't have that same connection. And unfortunately, we're seeing how that plays out in our society. That was my comment on that situation. The next situation was, I didn't know if you were aware of this, Wiley, but the Republicans won the House this evening. They took over control of the House. So that was a plus for me, because as a conservative, a rare conservative Republican in the Black community, I was glad to finally see that there was a shift of power in the House, because I feel like a lot of the evil and destruction that goes on in Washington, D.C. starts right there on Capitol Hill. And then the last thing that I had to say was this Blueface character and his I don't know. Are they married? Is
No,
he married?
no, they're not married.
Oh,
No.
but they're gonna have some kind of TV show on. Anyway, she is like obsessed with him, and um, I guess it's her firm. We don't know what form love takes for whoever. It depends on who you are. Uh, you know, God loves us all, and He tries to do His best for us. But I just think that we're living in a time where you know old Slewfoot, my grandmother used to call the devil Slewfoot, and she would always tell us, always be on the lookout for Slewfoot, because he's always looking to seek, kill, and destroy. And it seems like he's really showing his nasty head now. And I'm just so sorry for, the tragedy, especially that's occurring amongst our Black youth. Our youth they're almost lost. And another thing, Wiley, I applaud and I appreciate what you want in a woman, and you stick to your guns, young man, and you stay with. I know that it's funny to everybody else, but you stick with what you want, and don't you ever settle for less, sir. Okay. It was great talking to you, Wiley.
Thank you, sir. Great talking to you too. Thank you.
Yes, yes, sir.
All right. Thank you so very much. Yes. So, people that if y'all didn't know, I was going to talk about that tomorrow, but the Republicans won over the House. So, but it's a slim majority, but they did win over the House. I'm so interested to see how they're going to govern with the Republicans over the House and the Democrats over the Senate. Let's see if anything get done. I don't care what's going on, as long as they count stool on that. Make sure they approve making marijuana legal all across the United States, and make sure they just completely wipe out student loan debt. So I'm only concerned about a couple, and make sure they pass HR 40 so we can get the ball rolling with reparations. All right, let's go to the we got another person backstage. Hit the link, y'all. Okay, Bella, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go ahead, Bella.
First, I would like to say condolences to the young lady's family. That was a horrible tragedy. But even in my travels, two places that I did not enjoy going to was the Dominican Republic and Mexico. And it was because of some of the racism and just other things that I saw there. But when the young man died, I think it was that same weekend, he was a church member with my sister out in Louisiana. And so initially, when they were reporting this young lady's death, they were trying to say that it was the carbon monoxide poisoning as well. So I think it's when her parents or her mom asked for the autopsy is when she saw other things that happened, even though she got a totally different story from the friends. Mexico was reporting it like she died of carbon monoxide, because I think they were all there to celebrate. Even the young man from the church, they were there to celebrate like the Day of the Dead or something. I'm not exactly sure, so don't quote me on that. But I've been working for the federal government for years. So I agree with you when you said that Mexico may not do anything because of tourism. So what people need to probably keep in mind is, if Mexico has stated that her death wasn't a homicide, and if they don't ever pick up charges, there is a possibility that those people won't ever be charged, because the incident happened in Mexico's jurisdiction. So, there's a possibility that if Mexico doesn't want to really get involved, because, Mexico also doesn't extradite, whenever people are there who have committed a crime in the US. So in order to keep their own money flowing in, and being that they've been in the news with Cabo a lot since mid-October, they could possibly say that they don't want to do anything, or that they think her death was accidental. So all of that would be unfortunate. I hope that if something tragic happened to her, if they were a part of her death, that they are charged. But we can't get too emotional, because the US may not be able to prosecute them in any way, because it did not happen here, although they are back here. So that's all I really had to say. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so very much. All righty. So we're gonna see how that's gonna play out. The FBI is definitely investigating. So if y'all have any information, make sure y'all submitted it to those authorities so they can find out what really happened to Shanquella Robinson. Thank you. Okay. And hit the link if you want to say something. You don't have to show your face. Hit the link. Okay. There you go. Tommy, are you there?
Hey, Wiley.
Hey.
Listen, I think that Nicki, I think that she should go with Fenty. I think that she should try to get a deal with Rihanna. I think she needs to get her own fashion line out there, Barbie fashion. And if Johnny Depp, after all that media attention, all that negative backlash that he got, if Johnny Depp can do it, so can she. And she would make good money. She would make real good money. A lot of people will buy her stuff. If people bought her chips, her female rap chips that sold out, then they'll buy her clothing. I think that she just needs to get more smart with her business and not just focus on the music. She should have different money incomes, not just from her music, not just from her album and her music sales. Now Shanquella, listen, I got to do my research on this. So that last lady that called in, because at first I thought that she was connected to the 4 people that died of carbon monoxide poisoning, because that's what Mexico. She is right. That's what Mexico tried it and made it seem as if it wasn't no foul play involved. So my thing is this: she is totally right that Mexico has been, how would you say it, has been trying to cover up any negative attention that they would get out of tourism, because I think it was because the white people, they used to go to Mexico and party over there. But ever since that Mormon family got killed over there, a lot of people stopped going, and it really hurt their sales. So it's not surprising to me that they would try to cover this up too. I think it's just very sad and very angry. And I feel for the parents, like not knowing what really happened and might not ever get the answer. I think it's really ridiculous. Now, the Empire actor, I forgot his name, sorry. I think that Jada Pinkett Smith did a lot to him. I really do believe Jaguar right when she said that Jada was involved with him, because just look at August Alsina. I believe that August Alsina has mental issues, but my thing is this: he can still get it. This is where you're wrong. He is still getting a check from his empire, because if the show gets past 5 seasons, they can enroll for a process called syndication, and they would get a check when that show goes to like a streaming service or to another channel. So he would still get a check, and he should use that check for mental illness. He should not go to jail, in my opinion. In my opinion, he needs some mental help, and he needs it fast. And that's all I got to say, Why? Thank you.
Thank you so very much. All right. And I know people are still getting checks, I think, for Martin, but the check is not the same when the show is in syndication, when it's on the air. So you may still get a check. I know Martin, that cast still get checks, but it's nowhere near the amount they were getting when the show was live on the air. And once it goes off the air and it's on another network, you get a partial payment. It's not the same amount you would get if it's in syndication and people are still watching it. No, when they change to different networks, go to different networks or go on Netflix, yes, you would still get a check, but it would be nowhere near the amount you were getting when the show first started. So we shall see, because even when the Cosby Show was canceled, it hurt one of the actors' pockets so bad that he had to get a whole nother job. He had to work at a grocery store because the residuals went away once they canceled the Cosby Show. Thank God the Cosby Show was back, and so now the residuals resume, and so he was able to get a job with Tyler Perry and get jobs with other people and do it really well. But that definitely happened where people would get checks on the show, then the show goes off the air, then it goes on another network, the checks getting less and less and less. All right. Make sure anybody else want to say something. Okay. Hope everybody good. Everybody said something. I'm gonna drop the link one more time. If you want to say something, you can. It's really, really sad that the parents got to bury, and it took them $6,000 or $7,000 to get her body transferred from Mexico to bring it back to the United States. Now they got to pay money to bury her, and this is definitely a story that's traveling around the country like wildfire. People are posting all type of theories. They're saying she was beat up by a trans man. That wasn't the case. The person wasn't trans. That was a woman. But a person posted a picture of a man, and they took the hair off. They said, "Oh my God, that was a man." Wasn't a man. It was one of her female friends. So we're gonna keep y'all updated to see what is the FBI going to do with this case, and we definitely gonna keep y'all updated about it. Thank y'all. It's really rough. When I saw the story, I said I really need to talk about it. I really need to get an update about it because this woman is gone. And it's just really, really sad that she have lost her life and don't even have children, and she was young. And it's really, 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 really sad, man. When I seen it on the news, I was like, wow, you going on vacation to have fun, not to get murdered. And I believe Mexico have failed her, and I believe they did it because they know if we say murder, if this become a murder investigation, it will deter people from going to Mexico. It will deter people to saying, "Hey, I want to do a trip." More and more people that go to Mexico, the more buy products. They go to resorts to make money. It's a system, right? It's a $1 billion industry. So you're not going to have anything to forfeit that $1 billion industry. You're just not going to do it. All right. We got somebody else backstage, so let me bring them on the air. Welcome to the Wiley Show.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, go ahead. Mm-hmm.
I didn't know it was me. But I want to say, how you doing, Wiley? And
Doing great. Thank you. Thanks for asking.
To come on your show. So I want to say about the Shanquella,
Yes.
her name, that I believe we all know that there was more to the footage. This fight was going on before we got to see this. It's just, me looking at this and knowing how people do things. So yeah, I know what people saying. It was a setup. Yes, I don't know that for sure. I don't feel that they plan to do that, but it sounds like her and this person had been going at it about something, and it probably been going on before they even got there. But they know that things was easy to get away with being there. It's just like, it's so disgusting. And I'm just, really broken up about that situation in a lot of ways, more than just heartfelt. It's just like the situation looked weird. They was recording that room. So can you imagine what was happening before the person started recording?
That's a good point.
Or before they put the edit out? Because they allowed this to get out so quick and so fast, not caring about us, not caring about what we do, what we go through as Black people. At the same time, it's like it was a distraction to allow this. Like people say, the Kanika Jenkins story is like it was thrown out there it happened, but allowed us to be able to see and get this much exposure of it. Funny, like it was a setup to be set out there like that.
So sad. And I hope that the family get justice, because they are definitely thinking about getting a private investigator. They're doing everything possible to get some type of justice.
I pray and hope to God they get justice and do what they need to do for those people. And one other thing I'm going to say, and I'm going to get off. Blueface, the only reason why I feel like he doesn't deserve jail, but I feel like they should put him on some type of strict probation regardless, that he needs to abide by, like quit drinking, get himself together, quit doing drugs, whatever they doing. Then if he don't get it right, then he could go to jail. But right now, he really needs rehabilitation in his life. So, and I pray for all the situations. And I thank you so much for allowing me to come up.
Thank you.
Always in the bushes, but
thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Thank you so very much for calling.
And happy late birthday.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
Okay.
Thank you. All right. Thank you. Bye-bye. Yeah. So it's just really, really sad because it's a lot that goes on in Mexico. I have a friend that is a travel agent, and he shares stuff about Mexico and stuff a lot, all on his social media, and he books trips and he does all this stuff. You have to be very careful. I always say, be very careful when you're traveling to another country. You have to be very careful on that. So hopefully we get justice. I believe that Mexico authorities definitely have failed this case. And I believe if this was a Mexican person or somebody white, I don't think they would have pushed this and just would have lied. And so I guess they doing this to keep people away. So hopefully we get justice and hopefully we get more information that we can talk about and get on. But I definitely showed y'all the friends of the people. So this is somebody said after he told me that she wasn't resting and not feeling good, that she had thrown up. I told him just call us and keep us informed how she doing. That's one of the friends say. Khalil called again and told Shalamandra, I hope I'm saying it right, that the ambulance was at their villa. He told me that there was about 3 ambulances there and they're trying to resuscitate Shanquella. Samandre, I hope I'm saying the name right, said Khalil then put them on hold and they were confused because he had just spoken to them. They thought Shanquella was fine, just laying down, resting because she wasn't feeling well. I was like, what's going on? When Khalil returned to the line, he told Samandra, I hope I'm saying the name right, that Shanquella had alcohol poisoning. However, Samandra says she was a little calm because she trusted Khalil, believed that he was telling her. He came back and told us that it was alcohol poisoning. We were more calm, I guess, because we just trust him. We kind of believe what he was telling us. Unfortunately, the medics could not save Shanquella. Khalil said the 5 others had to hurry up and get out of Mexico to escape being caught up in legal troubles, so they returned to the U.S. a day earlier. Samandra said that Khalil returned to the U.S. and he brought Shanquella's luggage to the house and that Shanquella had and reiterated that Shanquella has died from alcohol poisoning. He brought her luggage to my house. When he got back, he just kept saying she died from alcohol poisoning. Samandra said, at this point, I just said I was going to wait for the autopsy to come back. Khalil kept coming around the family, trying to make it seem like he was innocent and didn't know what happened to Shanquella. He kept coming around the house every day. His mom is with him. Samandra said Shanquella's sister, Quilla Long, said something was eating Khalil up inside. Now that stuff done happened. I can go back and say that where he was pacing, I mean, you would have thought he was coming off something, like he was high. He was nervous. He was sweating. He was grabbing his beard. Long said it had to be eating him up then. When Khalil came back, Shamandra's house, he brought Winter and DJ. Is it Dejan Jackson? I hope I'm saying these names right, child. 2 of the 3 girls that was with them in Mexico with him told Sandra and her family that the same story Clea told them, that Shanquella died of alcohol poisoning. So pretty much this article, I'm going to drop this article down there. Y'all can read it because it's a lot with the names. So I'm going to drop that down there. That is like a whole account of what's going on. It's just really, really sad. It's just really, really sad. He only reached out to Shanquella's mom and sister. Bernard said he never gave me any condolences. If he had any remorse or something, he would have done that. Bernard says she's 100% certain that Clea knows what happened to his only daughter. He knows what happened. He knows what happened. Bernard repeated. Shanquella was known by hundreds of people and loved by hundreds of people. The North Carolina beat will continue to stand and beside the Robinson family and help them get justice for Shanquella Robinson. If you have a story, send it to the news tip at the ncbeat.com. So that is what that site have been going all the way down and trying to find something because it's crazy, man. It's really good. So I'll drop that. So if anybody want to read that, they can. Let me drop the link again. If you want to, if you got something to say, I will drop the number. If you want to call if this number actually worked. Let me see. I'm gonna drop the number down. If you got something to say, shout out to the people that hit the link. Give me a second. Hold on. There you go. Interview with the dad was heartbreaking. He said he never going to have a grandchild. Yeah, it's really sad, man, for the entire situation. So if you want to call in, you're more than welcome to call in, or you can hit the link. You definitely, my family deserves to get their links in. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. All right. All right, you live on the Wiley Show.
You told me this.
Can you mute your? There you go.
Are you still on the line?
I'm still live. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Hi, Wiley. How you doing? This is really sad because, I travel a lot and I used to travel with groups, the black group trips or whatever. And I've had so many stories of how women who are jealous and I hear a background, women who are jealous and do just evil things. Like one time we had a group trip and my roomie told me, asked me if some other girls could use my hair curler. Them heifers broke my hair curler in half. You know how hard it takes to break a hair curler? A curling iron? And I'm like, y'all hate me that much that you don't want to break my hair? But that's just a hair curling iron. I've had a girl who, we were supposed to go to Aruba together. She didn't even give me, she couldn't go because she spent up all her money. She didn't give me the confirmation to the room until a week before. I had already got another one. But that same girl, when we were in D.C., I had just came back from Europe. I got drunk. She dropped me off by myself at the hotel parking lot. This guy, because there was another black group trip. This guy I knew, he got me up to the room. I don't know how long I was there. There's a video of people, videotaping me drunk in front of my hotel room. But, it's like you got to be real careful who you travel with, especially them jealous hoes. That they ain't got the right outfit, that too fat, that too ugly, that ain't got the right wig, that don't have no makeup, that ain't got no money. You really got to watch them. And my thing is, I'm a world traveler. I travel all over the world by myself because there's nothing worse than going, out internationally and someone ruins your trip because they're not getting as much attention as you. I literally had to leave a girl in Aruba because she was just so petty and just so mad that she wasn't getting no attention. That's not my fault. So instead of ending up in jail in Aruba, I just left. I left a week early because I was just like, And back then I was going multiple, international places a year. So it, minus 5 days from Aruba wasn't gonna kill me. But I'm telling you, and remember that girl who they ended her life because of her taxes? Remember? And then there was another girl who owned a hair shop, I think in Philly. They ended her life. I'm telling you, it's to the point now, you ain't even got to be a rapper. If you got anything more, if you look any better, if you got a better man, if you got a better job, if you got a better car, these women want to end you.
All right. Thank you so very much for calling in.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye. All right. Welcome to the Wiley Show. What? How you doing? Can you
Wiley, how are
can you mute me in the back? Mute your sound.
Yeah, sorry. I wanted to say you just read that whole statement about how they said that the ambulance came in and everything. That perfectly contradicts when they said that the maid found her. Didn't they say earlier that the maid
That's what the mother said that they told her that the maid found her.
Yeah, so how did the ambulance get there and they took her vitals? She was already dead when they took, those two things don't make sense. I thought they called the ambulance and called the parents and told them that the ambulance was there.
Mm-hmm.
But then the maid found her.
That's what the mother said in her interview.
And then how do you leave? You and everybody leave your friend laying in the living room on the floor, that naked, unconscious or whatever. I could see if maybe she was in the bed, you thought she was still sick. You left her on the floor in the living room naked. They lying.
All right. Thank you so very much for calling in. Okay. Bye-bye. Wow. Okay. There's so many questions, and I definitely don't have the answers. I just say an investigation definitely needs to happen because something is definitely going on. An investigation, because when I look at the situation, someone's life have ended. So we definitely need the FBI to investigate, and charges need to be pressed. And absolutely, her friends need to be questioned because her friends was there. They were in the house. So they should be the prime suspects out of this entire situation. They are definitely the prime suspects. So hopefully we can get some answers because that family need answers. And those friends, number one, should be questioned. Where were them? What were they doing? Why did you leave Mexico and come back a day early? Like, what is that about? Then you take her luggage back to the house, back to Chicago. Like, what is going on with that? So it's really, really sad, man. As I look at it, it's just excruciating sad. Thank y'all so very much for tuning in. We've been on here for an hour and 27 minutes. Make sure y'all like this video. Leave us a comment. If you want to contribute to the Wiley Show, our Cash App is $Marquise Wiley 28. It is free to send to our PO box. So if you are sending to our PO box, whether if you want to do it another way, you can send it to our PO box. I meant to say it is free to sign up to our text list. That's what I meant to say. It is free to sign up to our text list at 888-534-4939. You text Wiley, WILEY, to 888-534-4939. It's definitely free to do so. So if you're not on the text list, you can definitely send it right now, add on there, and you will never miss a live or what we're doing. This is sad. Hopefully we get some more information about Shanquella Robinson, and thank you all so very much. Okay. Really, 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 really sad. I'm just glad that we were able to do this live and to talk to y'all today. And thank y'all so very much. They said they left to avoid arrest. Yeah, that's what I believe. I believe they left to avoid arrest. I personally believe that. That's what they left, to avoid to getting arrested. All right. Thank y'all. Okay, we will see y'all in the next episode. Thank y'all so very much. We'll be back tomorrow or later on today. Peace.